All right, what's up again, people? I'm making some bacon potato salad today, and this is a classic recipe, my original recipe, I have to add. And I'm very proud of this recipe. Everybody I've made this recipe, I know I say that all the time, but I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Everybody I've made this recipe for really loves it. My mother used to love that. Remember how she used to like that, Kathy? Yeah. Oh, she would always ask me on when we'd have a family function in the summer at my household, are you making some of your potato salad? And whether I planned on or not, I wound up making some because she liked it, and I would always send some home with her. But anyways, so I formulated this recipe based on what I like. I like bacon in my potato salad. I don't like eggs in my potato salad. So it's sort of like a German potato salad, sometimes people would call it, but German potato salad traditionally has olive oil in it for the dressing. I like Hellmann's in mine. So anyways, I have 3.5 pounds of potatoes. Other than that, I don't measure a lot. So it's all about what you like too. These are Idaho potatoes, my preference on potatoes. And while I make this, I'm enjoying a nice frozen margarita I made. And if you missed the video, it was very recent. So look at the video, fantastic margarita. I'm gonna cut up these potatoes, 3.5 pounds of potatoes. Kathy was nice enough to scrub them and remove some of the imperfections. So I am gonna cut these up and we will continue from there. Okay, so I cut up my potatoes into cubes. Some people like slices, I like them in cubes. And it was just enough time for me to finish my margarita. Who noticed on that time lapse that my margarita was done after cutting that up? But anyways, here's a sneak preview of what else is gonna go in here. This is my bacon of choice, Oscar Mayer thick cut bacon. I cooked this yesterday. This is 1 pound of thick cut bacon, cooked nice and crispy, the way I like it.
I wish we had that blooper of you throwing away the...
Oh boy, I'll tell you, I was cutting up the celery yesterday and I had a junk pile and a good pile, and I got distracted and all of a sudden I dumped out what I had on the cutting board in the trash, and I was mad. Luckily I had a fresh big stalk of celery. Yeah. So there's celery, onions, all my spices, and you'll see what's going to go on with that. In a minute here, I'm going to put these potatoes in some water that's already been heating up. Okay. And I'm going to dump a little of that water out because I don't need quite that much. And then we'll come back. Okay, so I've got my potatoes going in the water. It's going to be boiling in about 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm going to cook those less than 10 minutes, maybe about 8 minutes. Now, my celery and onions, I don't like to have them real crunchy, so I'm gonna saute them for a little bit in my homemade Italian dressing, and then some lemon juice. And it's a lot of moisture here just to saute that, but all the leftover is going to go right in the potato salad. I like to have a lot of the tanginess of the salad dressing, and then the lemon juice. It's going to be offset with the Hellmann's. There's a lot of my spices. So I'm going to put in, I have a little extra onions for other purposes here. That's plenty. And celery. I'm going to put about the same amount of celery. That's good. So now I got that left over to use on something else. And here's my bacon. Here's what I'm going to do with the bacon. Check this out. Okay, I'm gonna just smash it up with my hands. Nice bacon bits. Look at that. So if you have the bacon, if the bacon is not cooked nice and crispy, it will not crumble up like that. You'll have bigger pieces of fat, and so. And then another thing to remember when making this is bacon is very salty. And then I'm going to be putting Hellmann's in there, which is salty. So I'm going to start off not even putting any salt when I wind up mixing this. because you can always add salt, but you can't take it out. So here's my 1 pound of bacon all crumbled up. And then I'm gonna saute these a little bit till they get a little tender. And then we'll come back and continue a little bit later on. Okay, my potatoes are ready. Here they are. And I'm gonna dump them here in the colander. And I'm gonna chill them off real quick here. So I'm gonna do this for about a minute. I don't want them cold, but I'm gonna take some of the heat off of that. And when I'm done this, we'll come back. Okay, so I took, you know, some of the edge off of the heat, but this is still pretty warm and steamy because when it's warm, it's gonna soak up all the other spices and the liquid more so than when it's cold. So I got this big tub here. I like a lot of room. 3.5 pounds of potatoes, 1 pound of Oscar Mayer bacon. I'm gonna start adding some salt. Some spices here. Now, this is the way I do it. I don't measure very much. I just go by taste. This is some ground mustard, garlic. Not a lot of garlic. You don't want a ton of garlic in this. Just a smidge. Pepper is very important. Potatoes. To me, you can't have anything potato without some pepper. I don't want to overdo it though.
Except French fries.
Yeah, I like a little pepper.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh yeah. Here's some paprika. It gives it a nice red color. And some dill. So like I said, I used to make this with asparagus when I originally made this, but and normally I make things the way I like them, and that's the way I liked it. But we had several gatherings, and a lot of people did not like asparagus, so they shied away from it. This is parsley. Doesn't give much of a flavor. Gives it a little green color. So people would eat it more after I omitted the asparagus. So now I make it without the asparagus, and it's really good. A little mustard. Not a ton, little mustard. Now, by the way, some people would have sauteed these veggies in bacon grease. And believe me, I saved my bacon grease. And when I make eggs, I use the bacon grease. But I think there's already enough bacon flavor in there. So now I'm gonna put some Hellmann's. And then after I finish putting the Hellmann's, I'm gonna scrape this jar out and use another one, and we'll come back after that. Okay, so I got all my spices and ingredients in there, and here is the
magic.
Yeah, celery and onions that were cooked in my homemade Italian dressing and some lemon juice. So I have not added any salt yet, for the reason being that the bacon has a ton of salt and the mayo has salt. So I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. And like I said before, I don't measure a lot. I just go by taste. I go by sight, previous experience, and taste. I'll just taste this as I go along. Oh, that smells good, the bacon.
Yes.
Yeah, that bacon really makes such a difference. It's so good. I mean, without the bacon, it would be good, but it makes such a difference. This you could use as a complete meal right here. Mm-hmm. I remember when I would give some of this to my mother, and sometimes I'd call her and I'd say, "What do you have for breakfast?" "Oh, I had some of your potato salad and a coffee," and it's really you got your protein, you get your carb, you get your veggies right in there.
Yep.
You could have it with a snack, with a margarita right here, and so I'm gonna give this a taste right here. So let's taste this. Okay, it does need a little salt. Okay, and a little more mustard, I think. Oh, I can taste the tanginess of that. The lemon and the And the Italian dressing, I'm gonna put a little bit more mayo. I don't want this stuff dripping with mayo, but I want it to have that nice creamy taste, which offsets the acid in the lemon juice and the Italian dressing, and it accentuates the flavor of the bacon. See, this is kind of, the potatoes are not chunky, they're kind of breaking up a little bit. That's fine though. All tastes the same. I'd rather have it like this than like chunks of potatoes that you have to,
Yeah, like they're not cooked well.
yeah, they're not cooked enough. You don't want them really overcooked, but that's pretty darn good. So put this on a serving bowl, and it's a real crowd pleaser at cookouts, summer events. That is my bacon potato salad, and I don't know, what do you think about it, people? And if you try it, let me know. If you don't try it and you think it's probably lousy, let me know. But it's a pretty proven classic over the years, and I think it's excellent. And it doesn't look so pretty in this big bucket right here, but
But it is.
oh, it's so good. It's really good. But anyways, this is a perfect dish for any summer event. So, and as I always like to say, what, Kathy?
Peace out.
Nah, peace out. No, happy eating. She's pulling my leg today. Happy eating.